Gemini, my 20 twins. Here we are, Gemini, and here's your reading for August 2019. This reading here, Gemini, can be used for your sun, moon, rising Venus, and or North Node signs. I'm also to Gemini, the messages that resonate here today that you hear. I'll go ahead and apply them, Gemini, to where they fit, how they fit, and to whom they fit within your life at this time, as they can pertain to a lot of areas within your life. All right, Gemini. Okay, let's go ahead and get started here. All right, so for the heart of the matter here, Gemini, you have you popped out the Death card reversed. For what's in your mindset or what are you ruminating over this month, you have the 8 of Coins here reversed, or 8 of Pentacles reversed. What's in your foundation or what are you resting upon? You have the 5 of Cups here reversed. The energies that you're walking away from this month, Gemini, what you're leaving in the past, is, or are, the 2 of Cups reversed and the 4 of Cups reversed here. And the energy, or what, the energy that you're walking into or what to expect this month, Gemini. You have here the Sun card here and the Page of Coins here, or the Page of Pentacles. All right, Gemini. So maybe some of you can maybe be dealing with a Scorpio, possibly. Just picked up a Virgo, maybe. Okay, Gemini. Let's see. Gemini, there's like something that's kind of going on, I feel, at this time for you. Maybe like a relationship, it may be a situation, whatever it may be for you this month, where you have experienced like stagnation, where you have experienced like a halt, a stop, or just you are experiencing like involution, like the opposite of evolution. You know, it's not going anywhere any further. Something has ran its course. And it's really interesting here, Gemini, because it's kind of like in your mindset, in your thoughts, it's kind of like you feel like, let's say you wasted your time, but you feel like you've put a lot of work into something that was like to no avail. That was kind of like just didn't really work. Okay, all right. I also just got for you, Gemini, that you also feel maybe at the same time within your mindset that you, like, how can I say this? You put too much time into something and it was like, it was never good enough. I hate to say that. That's what's kind of coming through. Like you feel or you perceive that it wasn't good enough. Maybe either from your end or maybe from an external person, places, or things end, but someone here or something here feels like it was never good enough per se. And also, Gem, like, I could see like you're walking away from this as well, or you you're walking away from feeling disappointed in it. It's like you want to move forward with or without this person, place, or thing within your life at this time. And it's not that that decision to move forward, you wanting to move forward, it's not that you it's not that you want to move forward, but you have to move forward. Yeah, and it's like, you're ready for forgiveness. You've already kind of you're forgiving yourself for whatever may have transpired within the relationship, person, place, or thing, whatever you're dealing with. You're forgiving yourself for maybe all the all the wrongdoings, or for for allowing another person, place, or thing to put you in such of a position, or to for you allowing or becoming involved in a situation that has led you to where you are now. Don't beat yourself up about it, Gemini. These things happen. Even the even the enemies or the opposition per se is all part of the path. Also, I can see here too, Gem, that what you're walking away from, what you're leaving behind this month. Gemini, it's like it's very interesting here because it's kind of like you feel like, or maybe you're walking away from this, but you feel, Gemini, or you have noticed possibly that it's like you won't leave a situation, or you may have hesitance. Okay, you may have hesitance in leaving a situation, unless the other person, place, or thing kind of brings it up or initiates wanting to sever a cord. It's like okay, yeah. Also, too, Gemini, for some of you that may be the case, and also I'm kind of getting here to that, Gem, that what I'm trying to describe here, it's like this. It's a situation like this. Like, let's use a relationship for example here. When one person in the relationship feels like maybe things are kind of going downhill, or things are not progressing, one of those people within the relationship may not want to bring that up. I mean, then again, who the hell wants to talk about something like that? But what I'm trying to say here is, one of those people may not want to really like bring it up, in terms of like they don't want to run the risk of possibly being wrong. And also too, they may not want to, that individual may not want to talk about a situation that they feel that it is, because it's just a very uncomfortable thing. But in turn, what ends up happening, Gemini, is that when one person doesn't speak up, what ends up happening is things prolong, and then it can turn into like a feuding match, or it can turn into like contention, and that's when we feel forced to keep the relationship going than wanting to keep it going. It becomes like a job. Whether this is about a friendship for you, a relationship, a marriage, whatever the case may be for you, I'm just picking that up. And regarding what I said first before the example here, it's like, that's what I'm saying, where I feel like, Gemini, like you're walking away from like sticking around and like not trusting the way that you feel about certain things, and you no longer like choosing to not speak up about the way that you see things, or the way that you perceive the relationship, or the way that you just perceive things in general, and no longer waiting for the other person, place, or thing to speak up first, or to bring it up first. Interesting, Gemini. I can see here too, Jim, that what you're walking into this month, or what to expect, it's like, I feel, Jim, that maybe during this time, leaving or walking away from this situation, person, place, or thing, it's making you feel like you may want to reveal certain things. And I feel like certain things are going to come up, whether that's from you or the other person, place, or thing, but I'm getting, Gemini, that you're not the one that wants to say anything. You're the one, not the one that wants to, oh, okay. You're not the one that wants to like necessarily like speak negatively of the other person, place, or thing, but you're prepared to, if needed be. Okay. I can understand that up to a certain point, Gem, but we always want to make sure that we stay in our spiritual integrity, Gemini. Because, let's say like, the other person, place, or thing brings things up and says and airs out, let's say your so-called dirty laundry. You know what I mean? That's an uncomfortable place to be. You know what I mean? But or something to deal with. But at the end of the day, Gemini, if you don't resonate with that type of buffoonery I just picked up, or that type of like selling someone out, or airing their dirty laundry, it's always best to stay in your own integrity, Gemini, because I mean, it's like this. If you were to respond to someone airing your dirty laundry out with airing their laundry out, then they know that other people then know that it's true. And then therefore that starts a feuding match. And what it really does, Gemini, is you can't really say, okay, let's say that you do, air their laundry out when they air yours out, or whoever's first, it doesn't really matter. But what I'm trying to say here, Jim, is if you are doing the same thing that the other person, place, or thing is doing in like response to them, or out of getting back at them, you can't really say that you're much different than that person, Gemini, And it's like, if we choose to get back at that person in a malicious way or in the same way, we're kind of like, we're concerning ourselves with the one thing we're protesting against. And not only that, Gemini, but then when we, retaliate, or when we go after someone for doing what they did to us, there's always the exceptions, but when we do that, Gemini, we become part of the problem and not part of the solution. And then when we retaliate, we put our self-worth in someone else's hands. And every time we do that, we will immediately lose. So let's not concern ourselves with the one thing we're protesting against, because then we can't say that that other person, place, or thing is horrible and they're this and they're that and they're shameful and they're blah, blah. If we're doing the same thing that they're doing, pretty much the same by default, All right, Gemini, let's go ahead and pop out an oracle card here from the Sacred Geometry's activation. Let's see what comes through for you for Gemini for August 2019. Gemini. One card, please, for Gemini. Okay. Interesting. Fertility here. So fertility here, Gemini, it's number 27, so maybe number 9 is significant for you. So at the bottom of the card there, it says the frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. In the book here, Gemini, it also states, when the long, dark days of winter finally give way to the arrival of a new season, all of existence responds in glorious expression. The voices of songbirds fill the air, a hint of green appears on trees and plants, and people walk with a little more bounce in their step, a smile on their faces. Spring is a time of fertility when all of existence is bursting with the potential of new life, a time of expansion and promise. We see it around us in the outer world and we feel it inside us in the inner world. It feels like a grand yes. It breathes over us and into us from everywhere. Usually, fertility refers to the ability to produce offspring. In the new energy, we are invited to consider fertility as the potential to grow something new and inspiring, such as an idea, a project, a new paradigm. The blues and greens in the image refer to the fertile grounds on which something new has grown and something new can grow. The clouds remind us of the spiritual aspects of the fertility concept, like the birth of a new consciousness. The squares represent the form-based reality of our earthbound life while we are here. The bright flower shape at the top represents our connection to Source. The sphere shape at the bottom is our connection to Earth, equally as bright yet different. The beauty of flowers is a reminder of how wonderful life can be when expressed fully. Also, too, Gemini, try this here, okay? Take a moment to go inside yourself and contemplate your fertility. What are you ready to give birth to? Are there any great and inspiring ideas that you've been holding inside? What is it that you want to contribute to this world? Make a list of all the things you want to accomplish. Alrighty, Gemini, that completes your reading for August 2019. Go ahead and visit intuitiveperceptions.com for all of your booking and services needs. And also, too, Gemini, check the description box below for other valuable links, content, and offerings for you, Gemini. Alrighty, Gemini. We'll talk to you soon. And as always, God bless and love and light.